Hey guys, it's Night Ember. In today's video, I'm going to be drawing a few of my OCs from a story that I'm currently writing called Soulbound. So these OCs are a few major characters from my story. The one in the middle is my main character named Justice. His two friends beside him, the one on the left, her name is Zora, and the one on the right is Orion. These three have been friends for a long time. Justice met Orion in elementary school, and both of them met Zora in middle school. But I don't think Justice and Orion became friends until they were in middle school. So when Justice was in elementary school, he wasn't really a happy child. He was very moody and broody, as he still is today. Just due to like family situations and stuff like that, his home life wasn't very happy home for him. When Orion showed up in his life, he was just a very happy-go-lucky type person, as he still is today. But he was always a very loud, obnoxious kid back in the day, which was getting on Justice's nerves like all the time. He always tried to be positive, and honestly, he always wanted to be friends with Justice. And I'm still not sure how they even became friends. You know, like, I think that happens for everyone. Like, you have like this really good friend, you're just like, how do we even become friends? Because I can't remember. Now, how they became friends with Zora is kind of a different story. I'm not quite sure yet how Orion became friends with her, because he's the one who introduced her to his friend Justice. Now, this was when they were in middle school. Zora was already like a troublemaker back in the day, and she would always get into fights with people who just got on her nerves. So this is kind of a funny story how she met Justice. Well, she met him before Orion even introduced her to him, but he will always get on her nerves, you know, just calling her names and being mean to her for like no reason really. Well, I guess for a reason, because he was taking out his, you know, his emotions on other people, because his home life pretty much, his home life wasn't a very good one, so that's why he's the way that he is. But Zora didn't really like him at all at that time, because just because of the way he was acting towards her. So at some point she ended up getting in a fight with him, and he ended up finding her as well. It was just a whole mess. And then they got in trouble, and they had, you know, detention probably for like a week or two. And the teachers was just trying to make them make up and, you know, I guess be friends or be on good terms. So they had to, like, you know, stay in the same room together after school. And they even were given like group project assignments together. So they were pretty much forced to work together. And sometime during that time, Justice was really just thinking about why she didn't like him. So he pretty much just asked her straight out, like, why don't you like me? Like, why do we have this problem? Why do we have beef or whatever? But that kind of was a dumb question to ask. Well, not really, because Zora was the one being mean to him before he started being mean to her. And the reason she was being mean was because she also had problems at home while she was growing up. Her parents used to fight all the time, so she thought it was pretty much because of her, and that's why she took her anger out on people as well. She didn't really realize at the moment why she was being mean to him, because she was just kind of blunt with everyone and just said mean comments to them. Justice suffered a bit from abuse and neglect from his father since he was a young kid. It wasn't extreme or anything, but it still made Justice feel like crap, and he just took out all his emotions on other people. So that's kind of where he was coming from. And when the two of them talked it out, you know, to try to get to the bottom of why do we not like each other, they pretty much shared some of their past and, you know, and why they feel the way that they feel concerning their home situation. These two opening up to each other made them feel like, you know, like they're not alone, and they have something in common, and they can relate to each other on a more personal level. And, you know, after they talked, they thought each other didn't seem so bad, and they pretty much just got off on the wrong foot. And after that, they were friends, and they ended up being buddies. And when Orion introduced them, they were like kind of in the middle. Like I think might have been before they even started fighting each other. So that just made him worried. And he also wanted them to make up because he just really wanted them all to be friends. But after all that, during their middle school years, they were just a trio and they didn't really have any other friends other than themselves. They all ended up being a group of troublemakers. Orion is very mischievous. Zora is blunt and will fight you. And Justice, he just had a bad attitude and a bad mouth back then. He was a little rebel. And they always got in trouble all the time in middle school. Things changed when they got to high school because Zora's family life became better when her parents split up. Her mom was the source of all the problems because she always started all the fights at home and everything. So her mom ended up leaving Zora with her dad. And her dad told her, I don't want you fighting anymore. I want you to be a good kid and everything like that. You're not the reason that we've been fighting, and you're not the reason that she's gone. Stuff like that. And it just made her feel better. And she honestly didn't want to fight, but her home life was just making her, sick and tired of everyone. So after her mom left, she was acting a lot better. She was being less troublesome, and she wanted the same for her friends. She let them know, hey, we gotta be better than this. We can't just be troublemakers all the time. She just wanted them to be successful, and she didn't want them to get in trouble anymore. She wanted them to have a good life, a happier, lifestyle. It took some time, but slowly they got better as people. Zora used to be a bad influence on them, so when she got better, they kind of took after her and got a little better. With some struggles here and there, but she was able to get through to them. Even through the hard times. She and Justice used to butt heads all the time, so it was a lot tougher for them. Literally, she's the mom of the group, and he's the dad of the group. Orion, he's just a little kid. And it's still like that even with their other two friends that they met in high school, Dayu and Kaya, which I will go into detail about them in another video. But yeah, this is a little something about these lovely OCs. In the story, they all attend the same college together, even with their other friends that they met. So they have been very close for a long time. And all of them as a whole group, they're really close friends. They all have a strong bond as well, and they're pretty much only hanging out with each other most of the time. They go on trips together, they have movie nights, all kinds of stuff. They have all kinds of adventures together, which I think that's really cool, honestly. One major theme in my story is the importance of friendship, because during the story, which I will even explain more of the story in a later video, they kind of go through a lot of trials that could end up ruining their friendship if they don't have trust and forgiveness, and even allowing themselves to be vulnerable with each other. In situations where all hell breaks loose, it's really hard to, look back on your... I guess it's not really that hard to look back on your morals, but it can be difficult when you can't really see the underlying factors behind someone's actions. Alright, now I'm going to talk a little bit about this picture. I know on the thumbnail it said high school, but I think this is probably early college years probably. One reason why I drew this picture is to show another side of Justice, which I guess in the story you will rarely see, and since I've been drawing him, I've rarely shown him smiling like this. But this really shows that he's happiest when he's with his friends, compared to when he's with his own father at home. So yeah, that's kind of them in a nutshell as a trio. Another thing is Orion, because he's blushing in this picture, I don't know what he's saying, but he's talking to Zora. And one thing about them is that he always liked her for a very long time. And she knows that, but she's always keeps rejecting him. And he's just always trying, he doesn't give up, which, that's a good thing. considering that he doesn't do anything crazy, which of course he doesn't because, you know, he's a good person. But yeah, Jess is laughing at Orion because pretty much he said something probably really ridiculous and he looks so embarrassed. Look at him. But yeah, this is the trio. Well, they were a trio before they ended up gaining 2 more friends. So what would you call that? I guess you just call them a group if it's 5 people. Well, I used to call them the squad. So it's either the squad or the friend group, but I think I like squad because they've been together for a long time. Well, I think this is all that I have to say in this video. I've kind of run out of things to talk about. But if you want to give me any thoughts on this piece, or I guess about their story, feel free to comment down below. I really do enjoy reading your comments on here and even on Instagram. Speaking of Instagram, if you are new to my channel and you don't really know me, go check out my account because I draw them a lot. And you'll be able to see a little more into the story of Soulbound. And I think I have a good bit of information so far. So yeah, I'll put the link to my account in the description below if you want to look at it. And also feel free to leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content from me. I'm trying to be consistent, trying to upload once a week. I don't have a specific day of the week that I want to upload consistently on, so hopefully soon I'll figure that out. It might be a weekend day or it might be some day during the week, but I'll announce that as soon as I figure it out. So I'm gonna let you guys enjoy like the last minute of this video, and I will see you guys next time. I hope you have a good day. Bye.